Hello and welcome to jobskillshare.org. We're going to start a new series, and this new series name will be Remote Troubleshooting and learning about different type of remote troubleshooting skills. So why are we teaching this publicly, and also who are going to benefit from this video and the whole series? We basically teach live training and we have self-paced training. So something like this is an updated videos for the people who have taken our live training and did our live sessions with us. Of course, in our live sessions, we try to teach everything that is very important for a job, but sometimes you may want to come back and do more detailed learning, and this is the part of that detailed learning. So we teach a live training session throughout our series. So when we start our full 5 days live training, every time we teach about a tool, we talk about how do you use it for remote troubleshooting, this and that. So it can go pretty detailed, but here we're going to do a step-by-step approach. First of all, you should be asking a question: why do we need it? Where does it come in my learning experience, why it is so important? So simply go to indeed.com or any main sites that you're applying for jobs like help desk, user support technician. And this skill is not just limited to the help desk. This is a skill that every single IT person must know, because it doesn't matter which type of career you are in the IT. You need to be able to talk to people, you need to be able to connect with customers, you need to be able to connect with vendor, you need to be able to let the engineer connect to your system, you need to be able to connect to your own employees and staff members. So you have to be really good at this skill. And if you look at our screen, we have help desk technician on the top, and here this says perform remote troubleshooting. So people can definitely ask you this in the interview question, that what kind of tools do you use to remote troubleshooting, and have you ever used any internal tools for remote troubleshooting? So we will explain things step by step. This video will not be one video, it's going to have multiple parts. As long as we cover everything, we're going to let you know which part we're going to cover specific things. Now, if you look on the bottom, in Florida, we have a full remote job. So this means this person has to know a lot about remote, getting into the systems remotely. And so that's why it is very important, because you can even land a whole job by just doing remote stuff. So of course you're going to be using your own skills to fix computers or to fix routers, switches, security, stuff like that. But at the same time, you need to be able to very smoothly and easily connect whoever you are trying to help. So the first thing we need to decide, because a lot of our live members and premium members, they actually buy our labs, or the live members, they do everything with hands-on. First, I want to go and help them out in this case, because you get something like this. As you can see, this is our current live member lab 700, and if you're watching this video, probably any other live member 600, 500, whoever is right now live on these labs, you can use these machines by the things that I'm doing right now. So this is kind of one network that we're giving you, and you will be using one network that you have, because in remote troubleshooting, and there are different type of remote troubleshooting which I'm going to explain in a second, you need at least two different networks, because specifically the one that you're going to be using tools that are famous outside, like Zoom, Teamweaver, Zuho Assist. So many tools are available out there. There are third-party tools, and you will be using to help who? The customers who basically take their laptops outside of the building, or maybe they have their own issue on their machines, or your job is to support a normal customer who's like a home-based users, and you need to use tools like these, because then you don't have you don't have a full setup like a normal company. Companies will have software like SCCM, which I'm going to show you in a second, this one right here. So you do have access to these resources. This is a practice lab, and you can turn on administrator and deploying system center configuration. This is a very advanced tool, but you can actually come over here and actually use these access that you already have, and apply to learn these on these machines right here. Now in the practice lab, you're going to be using these machines right here, but the things that I'm going to show you later on, and we're going to expand on this video, we're going to install internal remote support tools. So you're going to have like a server, and then you will be remoting into these other machines to learn that skills internally. But then you also have a different skill, which I just explained. You need to use tools like Zoom and stuff like that. Now you may say, why Zoom? Something that is going to look good on your resume, something that people are using it heavily right now. It used to be a lot of WebEx and stuff like that. That's still out there. GoToMeeting is still out there. You may want to touch up on that too. But I'm going to be teaching you Zoom, because Zoom is kind of taking over most of these remote type of conference, remote type of meetings. So people expect you to know about this stuff, because you're going to be going to what? Meeting rooms. They're going to turn on Zoom and they're going to call you. Hey, Mr. So-and-so, we are having issue with Zoom. Can you come and fix this for us? Or that person who is attending our Zoom meeting can't open it. And so what's the issues? How would you even go to that person machines, and do these kind of things? So let's first figure out what we need to learn in terms of troubleshooting, remote troubleshooting, and kind of make this training a little bit more clear. So I am just going to create a few diagrams, and you guys can basically understand a little theoretical aspect of this training. So one, let's say this is a company A. We're going to call it A. And let's say this is a company B. All right, so we got two companies, A and B. So in this company, you basically started your first job, and let's say in this company, they have about, let's say, 10 staff members. Okay? They have 10 staff members, and out of these 10 staff members, they have 2 remotely working from home. So now, when you join a company, the administrator or the help desk person, another help desk person, told you that to support these staff members internally, we have a tool called SCCM. Okay? I'm just going to call S right here. And from your help desk machine, you will connect to our SCCM server, and when they call you for issue, you're going to use that SCCM to connect to their screen. Now remember, we're not talking about RDP, remote desktop connection. So we're not talking about this right here. If you click on it, basically this will be like used for you connecting to this machine by getting into the profile. So you connect from your machine. Let's say there's a machine that you are using, and you connect to this machine by using RDP connection. So that will take over the profile. They will get if you log in as a user, then you will need their password, and then their screen will get blacked out, and then you will log in. Then yeah, you can see the issue there. But of course, that's not a great way of a person being on the phone. How can they show you? How can they do things? So that's not going to be a good scenario right here. So this is why you're going to use a tool like SCCM, which gives you the ability, while the person is on the screen, you get on their machine and nothing gets disconnected. You are there just an extra person by using our different tools, and they will see that a support person is on my screen. And then you can take over the computer, you can take over the mouse and stuff like that to basically troubleshoot things. So that's an internal tool. We're going to talk about this later on in other parts. So basically what we're trying to achieve is this. We have these two people right here that are outside of the building, okay? And here we are saying that these people they went to a different country, and they're having some issue with one of the PowerPoints. So there are some tools that are publicly available. So it only requires internet connection. So to support your employees that are remotely available like that, then a company will make a policy of going for a tool like Zoho Assist, or maybe they'll say that we don't have this, but you can use Zoom because we already pay for it. So you can basically create a meeting with them. But remember, Zoom is more of a meeting type of software. At the same time, you can take over the screen and do all that kind of stuff. While Zoho Assist type of applications are going to be more specifically for the support staff, because then if it's your machine, let's say it's your company machine, your company laptops, you can put like an agent on it. This is going to call it an assistant agent, and every time they need help, you will be able to connect to those machines as long as they have internet, and you will not require to send them emails and get them involved in it. So you can actually take over the machine. That's where the company will decide what kind of investment they would like to do, because both of these tools are going to be paid tools. There are some open source ones, but we're not going to touch it because we want to use this for your learning, so you can put it on your resume, and of course these are the tools that people know. So the first one we're going to talk about is Zoom, and it's a free access. This is where I say you need another machine like this one, because you need one main machine where you can download it, you can register and create a meeting, and the second machine is going to be like your client, because you do want to practice, right? So this is how you're going to do it. First, you're going to sign up for free. I already did. It's a free account. So go ahead and log in with your email and password. I'm going to log in right now, and then we will create a meeting. So I signed in with my account right here. As you can see, this is a basic account, and it gives you about the capacity and things like that. So this is where a lot of people, you need to be learning these skills, because people will call you, how do I schedule a meeting? And of course, a lot of time team members, when they buy this product, usually someone in the team will teach them. But sometimes you will get a call from people that, hey, I'm trying to schedule this Zoom, I never used it, can you help me? Because that's their first thinking that you are an IT person, and you probably will know this, which none of us probably know this kind of stuff till you really get in there. So you see, you can create or schedule a meeting, you can join a meeting. So you can do two things with Zoom. One, you can schedule a meeting for someone who you would like to help, or maybe the other person needs to see your screen, or whatever, vice versa. So, but you can do it this way. So we're going to click on schedule meeting. And then here, I'm not going to change anything, but you can see you can put all the description and everything. You can put a host on and off. All these things are just normal application settings. And you can put a meeting password in there if you would like to require that. I'm just going to click uncheck that. And you're going to click save here. It's very simple. And now the meeting is created. So after this, you basically copy this invitation, and then you copy paste this and send it to that user that you would like to help remotely. So in our case, let's say this is the meeting number, join Zoom meeting. So let's say if I was to support somebody right now, and they call me from, let's say, Denmark, and let's say this is the machine from Denmark. We're going to call this one right here. I'm going to connect it, and if you're a live member and you have this access, you can do the same thing. So I'm going to log in right now to this machine and practically show you what will happen. And here, so you can tell the member to go to Zoom site and either type this meeting ID, and they will get connected, or like I said, you can do the email. We're going to do the Zoom ID first, because email is pretty simple. You send it, they click on this link, and everything opens up the same way, right? So let's go ahead and connect to this server. So right now it's opening up. We're gonna go ahead and open Firefox. So remember, right now I'm a support staff, and I'm helping this member from external network, wherever they are right now. So all we need is to tell them that your meeting ID is this. So go ahead and open Zoom website, and later next I am going to take over. So they're going to come here, and they're going to Google. Just have them go to Google, and then have them open Zoom. So when they open Zoom, just have them click on the main link right here. And on the top, you will see something that if somebody wants to join a meeting, they can click on this button right here, join meeting. And then after that, what will happen, they're going to type that ID number. So here it is. We are going to type that number, 2222 627 222 627, and then they will type 536. And here they will click on join. Now, it's probably not going to work in the beginning, because it's going to ask them to basically download Zoom. Now, you could use a web version to connect. So some people may have issues downloading things. They may have something blocked, or another company might have, an IT person might have blocked that stuff. So maybe you can tell them to use a web version, but here they can save it and then they will need to open this application. Now this is a very strange situation because you will have people that may have issues with this download. Then how do you even help them in that scenario? So see, you need to know two different tools. This is the skill. If you want to take something out of this video right now for yourself as an IT professional, then learn this, that you need to know two different type of tools. Where one is not working, have them try the other one. So even if you wanted to use Zoom, you can actually fix it by using like Zuho Assist, exactly the same way. So but at least one will work on their machine, and this way you have a ability to troubleshoot things. So I'm going to go ahead and click on yes, and this will basically say that your meeting will begin soon, because I haven't started the meeting yet, right? So I'll have to go to my meeting, and as a meeting organizer, I need to actually start the meeting. So I'm going to click on start meeting. You see it is asking me also to download Zoom, so I'm going to do the same thing, and then basically run this, and this will open up and start the meeting. Okay, so there are many other applications, but again, we're using Zoom because it's kind of like, known in the market, and people a lot of people know about it. So let's go ahead and open it. Probably it's right here. So there you go. It says that it's the meeting is started right now. And if I come over here and say right here, see how it came up, and you can join this with that computer right there. Once the meeting is started, you can say I want to join by phone, or they can click on join by audio. Now this is where technical question may arise, that okay, I am joining this machine, how do I click on the phone one? So you see, they will start asking you questions, and then when they connect, you are going to get a prompt that this person is connected to the meeting, and of course after that, organizer will be controlling this system. So of course this training is not about only Zoom and Zoom features. It's about an IT professional having issues, or how will you get some calls. So number one call you're going to get a lot of times is the microphone. A lot of people will call you about, hey, I can't get my mic connected and things like that. So you need to tell them join computer with audio, or if you're going to have issues, make sure you call the number. So if they click on join computer with audio, if your computer have audio, it will detect it. If it doesn't detect it, then maybe you need to tell them to go to this little join audio icon, and this little arrow that's going up, you need to click on it, and then there's an option that says audio settings, or they need to pick their microphone from the settings. So once you click here, there's actually another tab that's gonna pick their microphone, and usually a lot of people don't pick that, and they may have two microphones, like built-in laptop microphone that's muted. They may have another external microphone that they can check on here, and that will start that process. So after this, the thing is this, that you need to be working with a user where you can tell them that, okay, I want to I want to see that problem that you're having. So you're going to basically share your screen. So let's say if I open our Zoom right here, so this is kind of like our Zoom that we are just connected. You can see this is where the help this person is connected with me. Maybe this is like a user right now, and I can say, okay, I would like to share my screen with you to show you something, or have them share their screen with you, so then you can see their screen. So if they share their screen, and they may share whatever they want to share. So here they'll click on share, and now basically we will see their screen in our Zoom settings right here. You see, this is where you will see the user screen right here. Then of course you can ask the user, okay, let me help you out by requesting a remote control, because that is where then you need to help them technically, like, that's the problem. Okay, I see that problem, I know the fix for that, and let me take over your screen. So you're gonna ask for permission, and then you will basically request for mouse access, and that's it. After this, you basically take over the machine, and that's how you do Zoom troubleshooting. You just got connected. And I think the main thing for you to learn is what to connect to Zoom, and connect to the user machine, and then how do you get the mouse control, so then you can take over. And after that, it's just whatever you know about these troubleshooting, or whatever the company had taught you, that what kind of problems you will get. Maybe you're using specific application in the company, and you need to get into that web browser, and then help somebody out, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But how would you practice it? This is how you practice. You have two machines to practice right now, just how I have demonstrated, by using my main machine and using my lab machine. But if you have your own lab machine, you have computers in your home, you can do the same practice just like this. But again, you may be asking a question, okay, that's pretty simple, and that's kind of like a lot of people are going to be using it for meeting. But what if these two were laptops that we own and people take it with them? So then what kind of application will I use? So for that, I suggest you go into Zoho type of application, Log Me In type of application. TeamViewer is another one that you can use, but I will be only demonstrating this one, which is pretty cool for learning. So you're gonna go to Zoho Assist here, and then here you will basically log in, getting a registration. So they also have a free forever account, 1 remote technician, 5 unattended computers. So you can create one account, you can install the client on 5 laptops, and then you can access it anytime you would like to access. So for example, let's go ahead and log into this one. I'm going to use my username and password here and log in, and I'll demonstrate it to you. That now, let's say the issue is that this person is in some country, and then they need some help with something on a computer, and they just want you to connect. So because they think they don't want to use all this Zoom and other things, because they know you have some kind of connection already done for them. So all they call is that, hey, can you get on my machine? There's a problem with updates before my meeting. Can you fix it for me? And you will just say, okay, turn it on. Make sure it's connected to the internet. Make sure it's not, you're not doing anything at that time when I'm logging in. So they're going to give you some time and say, okay, it's connected. Go ahead and log in, right? So then after that, you'll basically log in with this web-based software. Now again, this can also do what Zoom is doing. You're going to get an email. You're going to send it to a customer. They'll open it exactly the same way, same process. If you can try, you want to try it this way too. But I'm going to show you a different, feature in this that differentiate between these two, like just Zoom type of meeting and also unassisted the unattended type of feature. So let's go ahead and get that. I'm gonna log in right now. So once I log into Zoho Assist, this is what I was talking about, it that you should know 2 tools like Zoom, and if Zoom is not working, you should know definitely about this one. So then basically you can either access remote screen or share my screen. So this way you're going to type the customer email address, you're going to click on start or schedule, and as soon as they click on it, that link, then one of these 2 things will happen. But again, this is exactly what Zoom is doing, right? But what is the difference between this one? How this one is kind of a little bit more towards IT personnel, because you can do this unattended access, which is pretty powerful because you can do deployments, you can turn on the machines and everything once you add that agent on that machine that you would like to manage. But of course, this will require approval from your manager. They may already have some system, a cloud-based system that they are utilizing. So you do want to ask them what kind of systems you guys are using. But for your practice, you can use the same labs and your machine like this. So as you can see here, it says deployment. So what you need is this link right here, and you need to basically send it to your machine, and you need to basically open this up. So usually you will be using this in a email, because it's such a long link, or maybe some other way, USB, whatever you want to use. There's a GPO method. There's deploying using native tools. You can actually do this also. So there's a lot of different ways you can get this application installed. Now in our labs, you have the ability to click on type icon on the bottom right here and just copy paste that link, and then click OK, and it will show up on your bar right here. But make sure you click on like this, like make sure you select all of your bar, and then you will go into that link. As soon as you can see, when you put that link in there through your email, through this method or whatever method you use to get to that link, you're going to download that unassisted client. So again, this is going to be what? This is going to be your clients that are going to be using laptops outside of the building, and then they may call you. They may be a CEO, important people, and then you want to help them without any issue. Then I think will be one of the best type of tools that you can use, because then you kind of cut down on all that user customer versus IT communication problem, because a lot of people may not get you correctly. They may get frustrated the way you're explaining things. So this way things gets very easy for an IT professional. So right now we have installed the client on this machine. You can see right here, this machine is successfully added to my email. So if I go back to our system now and we're going to open our Zuho Assist and go to computer, you see the app server is now added. That machine that is in our lab is now added. What can I do with this machine now? I can rename it, move it, and delete it if you want. If I click on connect, what will happen now? You got a call from a CEO. I need help with my PowerPoint. I'm having this issue. Some error came up. I need immediately like somebody to help me. So this is where things are gonna get really nice for you, because all you have to do is to just click on connect, and boom, you just got a connection on that machine, and it's going to show up right here in a second. So after that, what you can do is you can actually take over that machine, and you can basically change some of the things, like, let's say sessions. You can invite another technician if you feel like you need help from the other technician. So you see right here, you can send some keys in there, take a screenshot, black screen, meaning if you want the user not to see a password that you're applying or something more sensitive, then you can black the screen out for the user. So if I do black screen, you need to do upgrade on that. Of course, some of these things are going to be paid, so you can do power off, log off, reboot, quick launch, administrative task, files, chat. There's a lot of things you can do over here. So this is going to be my recommendation for you who are using these labs or your own home lab and you're practicing this. Make sure to go into these things, play around with these things, because this is the hands-on skills that you will definitely come across in your IT career, especially as a technician. You're definitely going to be working with somebody in your career like this. I can guarantee you, at least on this part, I can definitely give you a guarantee that you're going to be working on this. So these are the two type of troubleshooting skills you need. And what my suggestion is that, of course, play around with the tools. What can you do with this? Can you actually reboot a computer in a safe mode? Does it really help? Does it work? So when you do these kind of things, then of course you can use it yourself, or you can recommend it to your company. I do not get paid for this stuff, but at least when I see something good and I see something very easy for our members that they can use, then of course I will tell them that this is a tool. But don't just go buy it. Of course, there's so many other remote tools that you can also go try and find out. One of the best links you can do is type Zuho and alternative. Just type that in the Google and you'll find Zuho alternative. There are other people that are kind of competing with these companies, so they are building better tools and they're making their tools better. So you always want to be up your skills like that. So this is it. After this, of course, you can see right now it's connected, and what will the user see? A user will definitely see who's connected. I see right here this JSS is connected, so the user have the ability to do things too. So you may want to also learn from the user and what can they see, because if you're going to be guiding them, sometimes your connection may be slow, or sometimes it may blacked out, or something will happen that they may see the screen is still connected, and then you might guide them that, hey, can you click on here, can you go back to download and run that installer one more time, or something like that, that will make sense to you when you're troubleshooting their machines. So thank you for watching this video. This is our first phase of our video where we have discussed company A right now, where you could be doing things a lot like laptop stuff like that. We haven't discussed some other methods like RDP and local remote troubleshooting tools, how you can get on the company's employee computer screens. So we will discuss that in our part 2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a different video.